Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. If you look at China's economy, let's say up to 1985, China was in very bad shape. Look at China now, and it dominates, and it has actually is doing as an economy, I think is more functional than this one right here, and it has more money available than these guys over here, and that's a problem. And how did it get to this position, right? The biggest economy almost in the world, is it? United States, China. How did it get here? Through foreign investments. That means countries from West invested over there, took factory manufacturing from here, took it over there, cheaper labor, sold it back here. These guys had more money, they made bigger profit, they sent it back. That manufactured in China and sold in China, they couldn't. So that's how they did it. And China did this, China did that, and it grew. Good for China. The problem is that these Western companies that were allowed, and the word is allowed, the key word here, to leave and go over there, they actually now, China economically challenges United States. And that's a big deal, because this article that I have here has to do with exactly that. Now, you might say, Emil, it's a free market and all that. No. If it's free market, then remember how South Korea, the South Korean miracle occurred. It was punishable with death if South Korean companies will take capital out of South Korea. I think it was in the 70s and 80s. I don't know if it's still available right now. And then it was the biggest boom in Korean economy. All right. So on the other hand, it's I make money with you, my dear, and then I just drop you and I go and do business with that one, and you can die over here. Is that fair for the American worker over there that remain without a job? Where did you make your money in the first place? In United States, in United States market and economy. That's how you made your capital. And then you take your capital, you don't care about the population, don't care about the economy, you go to a foreign country, and for the money, you create goods, you give it back to those guys as goods that could have been created over there as they were, and they will pay for it with I don't know what jobs they got, made by these guys, and these guys will get their economy up. Now the problem is this: before 2000 and I would say 10, the only country that could go around the world and say, hey, if you do what I tell you, I will give you some aid, some millions of dollars, I will bring some investments, I will give you some loans. The only one that really had that power was United States of America. Well, not no more. Because right now, China not only that challenges United States in this kind of dealing, it surpassed the United States. The United States cannot compete with China in going to a country and say, hey, country Jimmy, we're going to invest $10 billion and we're going to give you this kind of perks of about 10 billion. So it's $20 billion. Huh? Are you going to be my friend, my ally, my partner? And China comes, okay, Jimmy, we're going to give you $100 billion plus $100 billion just in perks. So there's $200 billion. How much did America promise you? 20 billion? So what do you think is going to happen? Bye-bye America. And it's going to turn into China's sphere of influence. That happens right now is the second scramble for Africa, or maybe the third one, but let's call it just a second, between some European countries, United States main player, and China. But China is about 3 laps ahead of everybody else. The other ones are lagging 3 laps behind. China is sprinting. The other one's like, man, is it over yet? All right, let's go to this article. Comes from Quartz Africa. I got into Quartz Africa now. And it's here, forgiven, not by higher power. Forgiven. China waived debt for 17 African countries to argue against Western bullying. Hello, why don't you go and get the guy with NAFTA and globalism called William Clinton? Why don't you go and get him? He had his birthday a few days ago, so maybe he wants to celebrate in a cellar somewhere with you. I can join you. So, yeah, they were able to waive the debt of 17 African countries who were given loans by China and investments and all that, not by the United States. So that's why I'm saying these are two and a half laps ahead of everybody else. Blinken was over there, Macron was over there, Scholz was over there, everybody went to Africa, and the Africans like, how much? How much? How much? China, come on, my friend China. Yeah, I'm not making fun of the Africans, because Africans, it seems like any other country, will, say, how much you give me, I'm on your side. Romania does the same thing. And Romania, oh my God, Europe, tra-la-la. China's Africa's largest bilateral lender. China, Africa's largest bilateral lender, waived debt owed by 17 countries in the continent for 23 interest-free loans that were due in 2021. The context of the latest relief reinforces China's intention for Africa to consider the Asian power its preferred long-term development partner, especially in the face of the various forms of hegemonic and bullying practices. And I'm ending quotes. Wang Yi, China Foreign Minister, said. That may have been a reference to the recent contentious visit by U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi to Taiwan. I don't think that played, because this didn't happen yesterday. The relief was announced on August 18 by an address to Chinese and African diplomats at a follow-up meeting on the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation that was held last November in Senegal. At the forum last year, China reduced its pledge to Africa by 33% in an apparent show of concern for Africa's indebtedness to in and against the backdrop of slowing Chinese economic growth. Specifics of the announced relief are not known, as the beneficiaries and amount were not disclosed. China canceled debt due to interest-free loans worth $113 million that matured in 2020 for 15 African countries, including Botswana, Burundi, Rwanda, Cameroon, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Mozambique. So, China and Africa shake hands on non-interference. China has appreciated the firm commitment of African countries to the One China principle and your strong support for China's effort to safeguard sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity, Wang Yi said. So, what are we going to do? Chinese financier and African governments signed over 1,180 loans commitments worth $160 billion between 2000 and 2020. So 1,180 loan commitments worth $160 billion between in 20 years, from 2000 to 2020. Wow, wow, wow! And now he's just he says that Ye pledged further Chinese investment in Africa, including support for a Great Green Wall against climate change, providing food assistance to 17 countries and increasing Chinese imports from Africa. At the same time, he reinforced the core tenet of relations between both parties. I'm quoting, China will continue to support solving African issues in an African way. We oppose interference by outside forces in African countries' internal affairs and oppose stalking, confrontation, and conflict in Africa. What else you want? These are the perfect partners. See? They're going to do it in African way, not in the Western way of, colonizing and all that. See? Give you loans, you're mine. And I forgive you for to pay me back the loans or the interest that matured, and you're mine. So where is the United States? United States give $3 billion now to Ukraine, has other priorities. And it's going to give, they want to give a loan forgiveness that would cost about $300 billion from me, because I'm going to pay it. I'm going to pay the taxes. I'm going to make a video regarding that in a moment. All right, or maybe not in a moment, but I will make it definitely. I got it ready. So yes, Africa beats United States nowadays at, should I say, bribing, I don't know, investments, definitely investments, and ability to lend money, because it has it. All right, now, who created this? Our beautiful politicians in the 80s, 90s, starting in the 80s, and 90s and so on. Why did I say Bill Clinton? Because he was the guy with, he pushed this big time, including NAFTA, and see where NAFTA is right now. Anyway, good job, China. What are we gonna do? Nothing. We got second place. You know what I mean. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.